Have you heard about the man who tried to blow up the British Parliament? Well, we've got 5 more facts about the famous Guy Fawkes that you probably didn't know. Let's start at the beginning. Why? Well, the Protestant King James I was ruling with an iron fist. And I mean an iron fist made of pure evil. He was basically running England as his own personal fiefdom. Fawkes was a trained soldier who had fought in Europe, but after returning home, he found himself unemployed and desperate. Now, just before the explosion, one of the conspirators had a change of heart. Maybe it was fear of God. Maybe it was common sense. Either way, he sent a letter to a member of Parliament warning him not to show up that day. Now, normally, such a letter would be ignored, but this guy wasn't any ordinary citizen. He was a member of the nobility, so the king ordered a full investigation. When the searchers arrived at the cellar, they found Guy Fawkes red-handed. Apparently, he was expecting them, and when they asked what he was doing there, he replied simply, "I am one of the conspirators. I have a match." Talk about a bad case of being caught red-handed. Immediately, Fawkes and the rest of the conspirators were arrested and tortured. Eventually, Fawkes confessed to the whole plot. And honestly, it's hard to believe anyone could resist those kinds of pressures. The question is, what happened next? So when Catesby offered him a chance to fight for the Catholic cause, he jumped at it. Soon, Fawkes and his crew snuck into the cellar. And let me tell you, nobody walked away from this one alive. They were hanged, drawn and quartered, a punishment that involved tearing their bodies apart piece by piece. Even Guy Fawkes suffered the same fate. But you know what? It didn't stop there. Every November 5th, people in Britain celebrate Bonfire Night by lighting bonfires and fireworks. It's a reminder of Guy Fawkes' failed attempt to overthrow the government. But over time, Fawkes became more than just a conspirator. He became a symbol of rebellion against tyranny, even inspiring modern movements like the famous Guy Fawkes mask from V for Vendetta. But that doesn't mean he was a hero. Some say he was just a terrorist who tried to kill the king and destroy Parliament in the end. Whether you see him as a villain or a misunderstood hero is up to you. But one thing's for sure, Guy Fawkes and his gunpowder plot will never be forgotten. They placed barrels of gunpowder all around and set up a long fuse made of cloth and resin. Then Fawkes waited patiently until the right time to strike. See, he didn't care much for those pesky things called rights or freedoms. That's why he passed laws that took away the rights of Catholics. Not only did they have to pay high taxes, but they couldn't worship freely either. If they did, the king's soldiers would come and punish them with fines and imprisonment. So you can imagine how much they hated King James. And that's where our story begins, because soon, some of those Catholics wanted revenge. Fact no. 1. England on the edge. The year is 1605 and England is a powder keg just waiting to explode. We're talking blow up the king and Parliament big. His plan was simple, yet spectacular. He would rent a cellar near Parliament and fill it with enough gunpowder to level the entire building. The best part, it would happen on November, the day the king and most government officials would be in attendance. Now, renting a cellar near Parliament was easy. Sneaking in 36 barrels of gunpowder, not so much, but somehow Catesby pulled it off. Then came the hard part, finding someone crazy enough to light the fuse. Enter Guy Fawkes. Fact 2. The gunpowder plot. Robert Catesby was a fanatical Catholic who wanted to do something big. Fact 3. Guy Fawkes, the man behind the match. Fact no. 4. The sudden discovery. Fact 5. The end of justice in flames. All the conspirators were sentenced to death. Now you need to watch What If Hitler Invaded Scotland? Or check out World War II. Secret Nazi base found destroyed by Allied bombing.